Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and this is my movie review for Gifted Hands. This is the biography of Ben Carson, who grows up to be Dr. Ben Carson, a world-famous neurosurgeon at Johns Hopkins. Sorry, I want to say that right. The actor for Ben Carson is Cuba Gooding Jr. It also stars Kimberly Elise. I didn't really seem to know anybody else in this movie particularly, so I'm just gonna kind of say it was one more movie on the Cuba Gooding list. So, this is from 2009. For anybody who has not watched a review of mine before, I watch movies from 2000 to current movies in theaters that I've never seen before, as long as I've never seen it before. So this is my first time experiencing Gifted Hands. Seemed like a maybe movie I've seen before, but I just can't recall. So I've now put it on my list and I've seen it. The big thing with Gifted Hands, like a lot of other movies in this world, is that there's the pre-story and the current story and the future story. And with movies like that, they do get confusing. You never know if you really enjoy people doing that, where you have to watch somebody grow up and you have to know what happened in their life. I'll tell you one thing right away. This movie lacks filling in the gaps. It likes to tell the story of him growing up, this doctor, and then it doesn't really tell certain things along the way. So if it was trying for that, it sure succeeded, but I think it kind of fails in that department where it wants to not tell us things, but I think we kind of needed to know. So as far as that goes, maybe movies don't always need to do this whole flashback stuff. It's okay to just tell the story from point A to point B to point C and not jump back and forth. But some movies are able to pull it off and some aren't. So this one I just think failed at it. So as far as Cuba Gooding goes, this was obviously a while back, and I think it was one of his better movies. I've haven't heard of him doing too many things lately, and I would say that back then he was pretty busy. He had a lot of different movies, when my age group was a little younger, and so I think this one probably stood out for him as one of the best ones he's ever done. So I pride him on that, and really it's an amazing story. It's technically a biography, but when I think biography, I think movies that, just kind of are behind the scenes stuff and maybe tell us details that we didn't really know. This was more of an actual movie. So I didn't think of it as much as a biography. When I put on my list to see, I don't really care for biographies that much or true stories because you kind of know what's coming. But this one stood out as more of a movie. Kind of like the music ones with the Temptations and Get On Up and all those ones. So, yeah, I think this one was just fine as far as the story goes. It's a really amazing story. If you are someone who has kind of a weak stomach, I wouldn't watch this because it shows a lot of the surgery stuff. I've seen pretty much every sort of kind of gory movie out there, so I've learned to handle my way of handling a movie gore stuff. But some people, you might be going into this thinking, oh, it's a nice easy movie, and it's not one of the rated R movies. It's something that is a little bit more easy to handle. But if you can't handle open brain surgery, open heart surgery, maybe you're going to have to skip a couple scenes. So I know some people are like that. So other than that, I thought it was really, really good. It's very emotional. It's very dramatic. I just don't like how it skips some crucial points and some crucial things that I think it would have been nice to know along the way. So I'm not going to give away the one thing I thought was a big deal, but there's one very big thing. So, and it never addresses it in the future. So, um, yeah. Thank you, Cuba Gooding, for one more good movie, and I would advise you to see it. I'm going to give this movie. It's right on the borderline of being great, but I'm going to give it a B, solid B. And that's my grade for this movie for Gifted Hands. And I, Danny, am going to keep making my reviews. Thanks for everybody for watching this one. And just keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to keep them going. This is going to be a fun year of movies in 2018. And thank you, everybody. Enjoy your movies.